your move. It's time to...
Hey guys, welcome back to Dueling Destination. So, I actually had the opportunity to participate in the Win-a-Mat Extravaganza that Konami was hosting at the New York Comic Con. I really wanted to try this deck out. This was a deck I've been using with my friends to play against remote duels. I've been trying a few of them and I really like it a lot. It is incomplete. I did order the cards and they did not get here in time, sadly. So I had to actually build a deck around the cards that I had. It still worked out pretty fine. Actually, I'm pretty happy with what had happened. I did lose in round 1. It's single elimination. But I lost because my PC restarted twice. And that automatically gave me a game loss. But I wanted to share it with you guys. So I hope you like it. And let's go straight into the deck profile. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. So I was using Gouki Dragoon Turbo. I called it Gouki 20.5. I have missing the Suprex and another Fire Flint lady, but that was okay. So this is based on the deck that Tombox showed off, and I really like the Gouki deck that he showed off. So let's go straight into it, guys. I had to work with what I have, and what I had was Headbats. I did not have Gouki Suprex, which is one of the main combo starters in this deck, but I still tried to do something with what I have. So I ended up using a playset of Gouki Headbat. To me, this is really good, but honestly, if I had Suprex, I'll probably just run 1 or 2. Also, 2 Twist Cobra. In the long game, it's pretty good, but other than that, I really didn't see it much today. And also, I'm using 2 copies of Gouki Guts. The Gouki Guts saved my life a lot, actually, in some matches, and I really like that. Octostretch is pretty good. I liked him. I did not use his hand trap effect in the match, but other than that, I think he was still pretty nice to have. I used one of Risk Scorpio, I believe that's how you call it. This actually was my sole target. This and the other cards I'll show you in a few. I never used the effect. Basically, it's just a Gouki name that I needed. And for the replacement of Suprex, I had to ask for some help. And one of the best duelists in Belize, Juan, he helped me get some replacement cards for it. So I actually went with 2 copies Goblinberg. I believe that's how you call him. I'm terrible in names, guys, so sorry about that. He actually gave me the additional number summon I needed, and I have him on bulk, so I had to go through my bulk and really find where he was at. So this was pretty good. And for extenders, I use a playset of Photon Trashers. I do not have red layers. If not, this would be red layers, but I think Photon Trasher does the same for me. I do not have the Durandal equipped card that just came up, so red layers wouldn't make a difference. So they're pretty expensive. Photon Trashers worked out pretty fine for me. Other extenders, 2 Jump Forward. I didn't get to see this much, honestly, but the concept of it is pretty good. So having the extra monster works out. Just 1 Fire Flint lady. I did want to use 2 of them, but I just had access to 1 at the moment. Hopefully, I ordered another one, so it makes it out. If you want a remote duel, just let me know. We can always try it out, so works out. 1 Blue Mountain Butter Spy. Never saw this, so don't know how it works out. And some spicy tech that I'm trying out is like this Crusadia card. It makes me special summon. It's a warrior, it's a tuner. There are some plays that I might be able to do with Needle Fiber, but the extra deck is very tight, and I just wanted to see how it worked out for me. So these guys are pretty good for me. Of course, we had to use 1 copy of Codebreaker 0 Day because that's just broken. 1 copy of Phantom Knight of Ancient Cloaks, and 1 copy of the Phantom Knight of Silent Boots. Phantom Knights are like a thing now. And also, gotta use the Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, because why not? You gotta use the most powerful cards you have in hand. And for hand traps, triple copies of Ash Blossom. Came in pretty handy against the dinosaur player. So I almost cut it down to 2, but just kept it at 3. And to round off the monsters, 2 effect veilers. Effect Veiler does conflict with a card that I've been using here, and now I know I have to learn how to play a bit better with the deck. So it all comes with experience, guys. So that's it for the monsters. Let's go into the spells and traps. For the spells and traps, I'm using 2 copies of Gouki Rematch. Of course, it's a hard once per turn, but just having the ability to use this and search it out, I think we can do good with 1, but I prefer just having 2 of them. I decided to use 2 copies of Living Fossil as my equipped cards, and 1 of Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, because I hate drawing into both of these guys and my combos is stopped. So that's pretty good. I had Oliver in here, but I didn't find much use in having Oliver. I'm using 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 copy of Magical Midbreaker Field. This was the card that conflicts a bit with Effect Veiler, and I just have to get used to playing around better. And I decided to use 1 copy of Kai Striker Booster Spell card. This card came in very handy because you don't want to make sure that Isol's effect goes through. I did want to have another copy, but I don't own it, so I just used what I had. I used 1 copy of Call by the Grave, 1 copy of Hornet Drones, and 1 for 1. Again, Call by the Grave going to 1 was terrible for me. I like playing combo deck, so that kind of ruined it for me. 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Pot of Avarice, so that I can recycle my plays, and also, of course, Red Eyes Fusion. So these guys are pretty good. And then for the trap cards, Shade Brigadier and Double Fog Blade. So if I draw into these are still good. So just having the amount of Double Fog Blade works out for me, and being able to stop my opponent's monsters effects comes in handy, guys. Okay, so let's go into the extra deck. Of course, the extra deck, you guys already might know what's all in here, but I still want to share it with you guys. I'm using 1 copy of Red Eye Dragoon. I did end up pulling 1 of this guy. So, funny story, I bought it at GameStop, I think. I had $5 off for some reason, and I bought a 10 and I got Dragoon, so that was pretty handy. I'm using Abyss Dweller as my Link 4. So, every other card in my extra deck is Link monsters. These are the only non-Link monsters I have. For the Link ones, Link Cross, of course, and Link Karibo. Link Karibo is very important. At first, I wasn't 100% sure how much I needed Link Karibo, but now I do know. But with 1 of them, it's more than enough. And Link Cross probably is going to get banned soon, so I'm trying not to get used to playing with that card. And this was one of the, I could say, funnest engines to use. Codebreaker Virus Swordsman and Codebreaker Virus Berserker. This is just broken. This gives me a lot of plays, and I really like how it works out for me. Of course, you're going to use 1 copy of Verta Anaconda. If for some reason they stop you from going Isolde and you have 2 monsters, just go into this and play Dragoons. Even though against a Dino matchup, it was pretty hard. So 1 Nightmare Phoenix for back row, because back row is a thing. And 2 copies of Isol, which I only went into 1. I never saw the game going farther on, and either I break their board or they break mine, and the game is done. And 1 Bardiche, 1 Nightmare Unicorn. Unicorn came very handy, but also it kind of stopped me in some of my combos. I am looking for a Link monster that has pointing like 3 down, so it can help me extend, because I did got called out by a judge on a play that I was trying to attempt, but without me realizing. But at least they were able to help me so that I didn't do the mistake again. So that was pretty cool. I'm using 1 Apolloso, 1 Barrel Dragon, and 1 Boral Sword Dragon. So again, I have some cards that I'm missing on here that I really wish I was able to get in time. Raijin being one of them as an extender, but because I wasn't able to get him in time, I had to substitute that with Boral Sword Dragon. And in the last duel that I got disqualified for because my PC restarted, I was about to win, and going into this guy would just seal it up for me. So it's all good. The guy was super nice that I was playing with. He was super cool and understanding, but hey, you know, I hope he wins the Win-a-Mat. That was pretty cool, just being able to duel on a Konami event that way. And I know it's been a long time since we've seen any side deck action, just because everyone's just playing online, and I haven't had the opportunity to play online much until today. So I actually built a side deck for this format. I have one Prankatops because he's broken, double copies of Nibiru. He is good, but I don't see needing more than 2 copies of him. Triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone because recursion on field effects is just too crazy, and sometimes back rows I really just want to get rid of them and not be able to access them later on from my opponent. Lancia for the Dino matchup and a lot of different matchups actually. But I'll let you guys know that there was one card that came in very good in the Dino match, and that was Jordan Lockbird. He starts out with Fossil Dig added to hand. I drilled him from there and he couldn't continue his searching. So this actually won me a duel because I had set up my board and he was trying to break it and he just couldn't search. And also I ended up having evenly matched. Never sided this in because again I just played like one duel. I have plans maybe to play another duel later on today. Hopefully it does work, just my PC's been giving me trouble and I don't want to be disqualified for just not having good connection on there. But this is my deck profile, guys. One thing I can say about the experience on the remote dueling tournament that Konami hosted, the Extravaganza, I think it's a pretty cool experience. They're very organized. The price isn't too expensive to join them. The links are very clear where to go and your deck list, and I actually do have my deck list. I might post up a picture on it somewhere on the screen and so you guys can see. Other than that, I think the experience was pretty good. I would give it another try. I just wouldn't want my PC to keep giving up on me, and hopefully I can get that sorted out and start playing some remote duel tournaments online. Remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I do appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my video. So I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, okay?